What is up? Good morning. Hello, everybody. Good to see everybody this morning. A couple things real quick. I'll get them out of the way. First of all, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. And it does help get these videos to people that wouldn't normally see them. So thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Secondly, today begins the reform of my channel. And you're probably saying, well, nothing really looks reformed, and you certainly don't look any different. So what are you talking about, Jeremy? Well, I'm just going to let everybody know so they know all at one time. And then I'm going to talk to channel members about upping their channel membership, about doing something else for them. Let's see, there was that. Then there's so the title of the video is Thailand broke the internet. I don't mean that literally, of course. I mean metaphorically. What's up, Charles White? Prep for it, Tim, Roger. Good to see you, buddy. Good and congratulations, Charles. Lyle, there's Lyle. Good morning. Good morning, Lucy. What's up, Ty Guy, bro? Good to see you. Asia Unscripted says, I got my pork lo mein and hot and sour soup. I'm ready. Well, you do sound like somebody that ate a lot of food in Asia. I mean, no disrespect or anything. I ate a lot of food in Southeast Asia. But it's very interesting. Very interesting. Wow. I have a lot of things to get off my phone. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Thailand and internet breakage and all that stuff, and you guys, I'll explain that to you. But I'm more excited to tell you about this channel reform real quick first before I get into the to the title of the video. And so, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Tim. Asia Chinese food. I like it. Already one down. Oh no. We must be getting some good attention. Wow. Good morning, Lee, Mr. Lee. I forgot to send you an email. I just thought about that this morning, and when I saw your name, it reminded me again. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated, as always. And I would have wrote you an email saying the same thing. So thank you, man. I really appreciate you, Lee. For what you did. I really appreciate that. All right, so now we have the issue. Well, I don't know. I don't want to call it an issue, but we have the issue of the reopening as well, and it all ties into this whole plan of the reopening schemes and how Thailand breaks the internet. So let's talk about that. So let me end the reform part. So channel reform is going to consist of this. It'll be a new banner, same avatar, new banner, new intro video, new graphics. There'll be new and new content, different content coming out. We want to attract some a different audience. Not that you guys are not, I want you to stay, but I want to bring in a new audience. So we want to try to do that. And the details of that reform, I'm not going to go through them with you. I will with channel members, but not on here. So let's move on to how Thailand broke the internet, because they did. Metaphorically, of course. So the first issue, the Thai pass, yeah. I'm going to get to that, Lee. Although I'm not going to do a big dissection in it, the Tiger did a write-up for a 4-step process to get your Thailand pass. I watched the video. It seemed simple enough listening to them. You know, go watch the video for yourself. That's all I can really tell you, because I'm not gonna need a Thailand pass or a certificate of entry, so I'm gonna have to go like when Roger comes back, and when Lee ever gets over here, or Lyle ever gets over here, or Robert, or whoever gets over here that I meet. Yeah. Reopening, man, you got to get there first, says Tim. Yeah, all these people are applying for Thailand passes, and it was a certificate of entry, but now it's called the Thailand pass. So you got all these people, and like I mentioned, some of you guys. Well, you guys are not. If you can't download the Thailand pass, if they can't process it fast enough and get it to you, or the website goes down, then you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I feel so bad for people that are not in Thailand already. I got so fortunate, guys. I get to wake up in paradise every day. I know I've complained a lot throughout these lockdowns and stuff. I had a right to complain. Yeah, my life was being controlled by somebody else. I don't like that at all. 212 Roger says, listening with one ear, Jeopardy is on. I hear you, brother. Thank you, Roger. Wow. So 65,000 people already, as Lee says, the applications they have for the Thailand pass. That's a pretty big number. It's a pretty big number. Robert has dropped the PayPal and Cash App link. I will pin that to the top should anybody feel like contributing to equipment. You guys, I know what you're thinking right now. He didn't buy equipment and use it for traveling. He does something else with it. Give me until I've almost saved enough. Give me until the end of December. I'm being very, very conservative when I say the end of December. Hopefully it'll be before then. But give me until the end of December, and I'm going to show you what I mean by I hold, and save and do exactly what I tell you I'm going to do with money that comes in here. Watch. I'm telling you. It's coming big time. Okay. Let's see. Who we got here? Tim says, yeah, Jeremy don't want any more rejects like us. He wants high and subscribe. That's a Thailand joke, by the way. Thailand said they didn't want any what they didn't say what they didn't want. They just said they wanted to attract high end or high net worth, high quality was I believe the exact term that they use. High quality tourist. So Tim's picking on me. That's funny. Good to be seen on time. That's a good one. Charles says he's laughing at Tim. JC is going to the Thai side. Hey man, nothing wrong with the Thai side, but we're going to have a whole conversation about going to the Thai side. The Thai side is a beautiful place if you pick the right person to be on the side with you, Okay. Travel TV, good morning, man. Hope you had a good week. It looks like you did. I tried to follow most everything you recorded this week, and I got to keep up with a little bit more of what you're doing, which was cool. I think it's you do so much posting, man. You might as well. I know you have a YouTube channel, but you should try to make a go of a YouTube channel, especially with all the new software for editing on your cell phones. If you got an up-to-date cell phone, you got an iPhone 11 Pro, 12 Pro, 13 Pro or Pro Max, then you should be able to record video all you want to and edit it right there on your cell phone, throw it up on the YouTube channel. Be surprised how many millionaires started that way. And tomorrow Ty could shut everything down because that is what they do and have done, says Tim. And Tim has got a factual statement written. Yes, Tim and facts. I know this is new for everybody, but this is true. You know, Thailand can shut everything down because that's what they do and that's what they have done. That is what they have done in the past. That is what they do. There was already some rumor circulating about closing down certain areas yesterday and Thursday, but I haven't heard anything beyond that. Mr. Ed Lippett, good day to you, sir. I'm so happy when you guys from the Philippines drop by. I really am. I appreciate you guys coming over because if it wouldn't have been for the terrible expats I got involved with, if people like Ed, if I had made them my friends in the Philippines and hung out with them, people like Ed, people like Rike, people like Giovanni, for example. There's a lot of people over there that if I had known then, I would have not had the problems that I had in the Philippines. So I love the Philippines, and I really appreciate it when you guys stop by. It's always great to hear from you guys. Asian Scripted said people are too much in a rush. Need to wait a month or two for Thailand to pass to work itself. I think I'm going to agree with you 100% on that, Asian Scripted. Again, this is just my opinion, and this is the place where we have those opinions. Okay, so and we talk about them because you guys might teach me something, and I want you to teach me something. Lee says the entry process was smooth out in time. I agree with that too. So between Asia Unscripted and Lee's comment together right there, I personally believe, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. I apologize. I can't, right off the top of my head, I can't remember who I was talking to, and I probably wouldn't even say their name if I did, but I was talking to them and they were asking me about prices for different things, like prices for tests, prices for what's included, what's not included. So we ran through some pricing on, what you actually get for the people that have the 1 night queue, for people that have the 7-day queue, and for people that have the full 10-day or 14-day, whichever one they've moved it to now. And I don't say whichever one lightheartedly, and I'm not joking or using that as a euphemism for something. I genuinely mean they don't like. Wait, they. I meant what I said genuinely. We got a super sticker down here. 212 Roger. Wow, a $20 super sticker. Roger, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Very, very cool, man. Very cool. Much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much, Roger. And Lee, I agree with you. Give it time is it's kind of my motto on the entry process. Let other people listen. There are going to be people that want to come right away, no matter what. They don't care about. These are travelers, okay? Probably young people, more than likely. They're in the young group, or you got the older group of people that's going to come back to Thailand either to retire or to be with the loved one that they haven't seen in a while or that they couldn't get back to, etc., etc. Because Thailand's borders have been closed for so long. You say, no, they haven't been closed. Phuket Sandbox has been around a couple months. Yeah, but that's really, like, that's your argument. One Phuket, one island, and I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. So Phuket. Now they have Samui and maybe another island open out there. There's another one open somewhere, but still, that's not Thailand open. You can't just roam around Thailand freely unless you meet the red, blue, or green. In that list I gave you guys a couple weeks ago. Okay, let me go to the comments real quick. But Thailand breaks the internet. One of the ways they do that is they give out all your personal information on these vaccine sites. I don't know why. And I'm not saying that they will continue to give out all your personal information on these websites, or that everybody has gotten all their information hacked or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. So don't be scared. I'm just putting this out there. That when you register for the Thailand Pass, and this came from Ross. He may be down in the chat somewhere and shed some light on this. But he told me registering for the pass. What was it he said about registering for the pass? It wasn't Ross. It couldn't have been Ross trying to register for the pass. He didn't need the pass to. Oh yeah, I think he wants to just travel around Thailand. I forgot what he was telling me about that, but when I think about it, I promise I will say something to you, because it had to do with the inability for him to get the pass. Oh, I remember what it was. He applied for the pass, and when they send you an email, it's got everything that all the information that you put in there in the email. That's a kind of a no-no. Okay, and then he said it was also accessible because anybody could click edit or whatever the button is that changes the parameters for things. Anybody could do that too. So Thailand they've got to beef up and this is constructive, well-intentioned, good criticism I'm trying to provide here for anybody that might listen. I mean, who am I? Nobody listens to me, but if they might, don't. I think it's a good idea to make sure that we stop doing this thing where we build websites and we tell people to put all the personal information in them, but we allow the websites to be accessed by anyone, or we allow the people's private information to be accessed by anyone. That's just not cool. When everybody can see your full residential address, your full name and birth date, and your passport number, that's a lot of information that somebody that in the right hands could do a lot of the wrong stuff with it. And stuff like that makes me nervous. It really does. Therefore, I want to pass it along to you guys. I think it's something you have to watch out for. And Thailand's also broken the internet because of their the amount of traffic generated over here for people looking to come for vacations or long stays, retirees, people that want. It costs more to live in Thailand than it does in other countries, and they have financial requirements on the vast majority of their visas, like the retirement visa, a marriage visa. There's a lot of there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Process, I want to say, in those visa categories. So yeah, just wait a little bit. I think that's what we're saying. Crab Claw, good to see you, man. I hadn't seen you in forever, except last week. Just kidding. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Travel TV says, I went to Soy 4 on Wednesday and last night. They have some new life back more now than last month. That's some good information there, Travel TV. Thank you, bud. Charles White says, don't apologize. We know you have to save up. Of course, Charles. I know people like you do, bro, but not everybody trusts me the way you do. And I don't know why. I haven't done it. I'll never do anything to jeopardize that, because if I ever do, then I would lose half my community, and that's just not. I would never do that. That doesn't make logical sense. Or, yeah, there's no way I would never, ever do that to you guys. Couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to do it. Ty Guy Brown says, I'm really jealous you wake up in the land of smiles and I can't. There you go. I appreciate that, Ty Guy Bro. Listen, my life is a day-to-day, 9 to 5, get home, work some more, get up at 6:30 in the mornings on the weekends, 5:30 in the mornings through the week, and get ready for live streams on the weekends or do something else for YouTube on the weekends. Plus, I have my internship that I do a little bit of stuff here and there, but some of the equipment I'm about to get is going to change. And this is what I wanted you guys to know. Some of the equipment I'm getting ready to get is going to change the way I shoot, record, and edit video permanently. You know the old saying, go big or go home? I'm going to go as big as I financially can without breaking the bank, because I think it's been proven that in the case of the brands, the equipment I'm going to buy, the more is better. The more expensive it is, probably the longer it's going to last. I know that's sad, but it is what it is. Lyle says, hello, Crab Claw. We are definitely excited to see Crab Claw. And hello, Charles, and all the other DoMoreLife family members. That's right. We are the DoMoreLifers. The DoMoreLifers. You know, YouTubers, all of them have like their little their following, which I'm super grateful for. I'm gonna call you guys DoMoreLifers. Okay. There's a lot of YouTubers that have names for their communities. So you guys from this point forward are DoMoreLifers. Okay, I cannot wait to go on the Thai side myself, brother. It's hard to come back. I can assure you that. In fact, I hadn't even tried to come back. Javi X says, it's been a minute. Tropical life is getting truly expensive. Yeah, it is. I haven't seen you. I don't even remember your name, Mr. Javi X. But yeah, I appreciate your comment there. And tropical life is getting expensive. The prices are going up, especially for land. And with the talk of foreigners potentially being able to buy land over here, seems like it's becoming more of a real thing. Then they're going to go even higher. I can assure you of that. So it's it's getting expensive. It is. It really is getting expensive to live over here. But the cost on goods and stuff still remain pretty good. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate that very much already during the video. Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it. Travel TV says, I seen some pictures. Cowsand Road looks like it has some life. I'll head over there tonight and check it out. Do that. Let us know, man. See what you got. And if you upload it to a channel, like you make a video out of it with YouTube, because what Travel TV does, guys, and you can find him on Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook, right? And what he does is he uploads usually to his stories. Usually, it's all in like story mode or reels on Instagram. And he catches things throughout the day, and then they're there for you to see, but they're only there for 24 hours. So I'd like to see him put something, because he shoots some good content, and he has some really good information as well. So I'd like to see a video that he put up that's like an evergreen video, one that's talking something about Thailand that somebody's going to want to know about forever. Yeah. Anyway, Travel TV, I'm just saying, I'm in your corner. I'm pulling for you, and if you need anything, you know where I'm at, bro. Though we're on the opposite spectrums of Bangkok, we are still both in Bangkok. Anyway, Tim says, so I am not getting excited about anything until my big butt sets down in Bangkok. Then you will see one very, very happy expat. That's fair enough, Tim. But I would say to you, let yourself be happy in the fact that you know that you're healthy enough and that you're financially stable enough to be able to make the trip. And that in and of itself, getting over here and living, whether it's 6 months, a year, or you stay here when you get here, which you probably, unless you have some serious, significant ties back home, and a lot of people wind up staying. But nevertheless, yeah, be happy for yourself. Be happy that that it's coming now. The end is nigh, as they used to say in church. But the end is near. And when I say the end is near, I just mean things will get back to normal as fast as humanly possible, because people are outraged at some of the decisions that have been made by the Thai government. I'm not outraged. Let me be clear. I'm not outraged at all. The government's just they make decisions, and then they usually go back and correct them. So, and I don't mean that every decision they make is wrong. That's not what I'm implying. I'm just saying, if there is a decision made and it's not the best decision, they will go back and fix that decision. So they do their own reform process, right? So that's the little immigration part of it. Tim says, I just read that Ed says you would probably still be here. I probably would, Ed. To be honest with you, I probably would. Had things not going down the way they, or had I changed my circle, if I would have found you and a few other people that I mentioned, like Montelli, I didn't even know him when he was in. I started talking to him right as I was getting ready to leave the Philippines. That's not true. What did I just say? Anyway, I never got to meet Montelli face to face in the Philippines. I think that's what I was trying to say. But I met with him several times since then here in Thailand. And it's just, if I would have changed my circle, if I would have changed my group of people that I hung around, because the people I mentioned, to the best of my knowledge, are successful in life by their definition. They're successful. I don't care what my definition of success is. They're happy. They have been successful in their own mind. What success looks like to you is irrelevant when it comes to the next person, because if the next person considers themselves successful, I guarantee you they're going to be happy. And when you get a happy person that's been successful and that made their own, I'm not talking about lottery winners or trust fund babies. Look, if you operate from a trust fund, this is not a dig at you or anything. I'm just saying the money was given to you. You didn't have to work for it. So if you work for the money, right, you're going to appreciate it more, and it's much harder to let go of it than it is if it's just given to you. So that's that. By the way, Tim says you look and are acting a lot better tonight. Thank you. I feel terrible. I don't know why I feel so bad, but I'm excited for the first time in a long time, Tim. To be honest with you, I'm excited because this channel reform thing I'm talking about is true. It's real. I'm not going to preach about it. I'm just letting you guys know it's coming, because I would rather show you than tell you, because actions speak louder than words. So I would much rather, just from this point, you guys have been informed that there's going to be channel reform, and we're going back and we're going to repurpose a few things and it's all about making it better for the channel as a whole, and for the viewer, for the subscribers, for the channel members of my community, and or of our community, I should say. I try to take me out of it as much as possible, because we do this on our own. But thanks, Tim. I appreciate that. Ed says, hey, it's better than none, like here. That's true, Ed. That's very true, brother. Tim says, we're nobody now? Great. Well, what? What are you talking about? Tack Eyebrow says, how is girlfriend she keeping you an honest man? Yeah, absolutely 100% honest man, because there's no, I don't have, even if I wasn't an honest man, I don't have time to do anything else. I go to work from 8 to 4, and I get off, and then I go to, hang on a second, guys. Oh, I'll tell you about my daily schedule in just a second. Somebody just messaged me and said there was a challenge somewhere, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Charles White has put out a challenge. Okay, who's going to make me pay tonight? Challenge, challenge, challenge. I will drop $5 for every 15 he gets. Roger McGee just sent 15, so that's your first 5, Charles. Thank you, Roger McGee. Love you, man. Appreciate you very much. I'm waiting to see if the email comes through, but he really, Roger just did send, there it is, $15. So for every 15, Charles is going to match it with 5. Make Charles pay. That's what Charles says, always. See, Roger McGee, 15. That was fast, too. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate that, bud. And sorry I'm not down there. And I'm afraid this new channel reform is tied to your new job, no strip program. Absolutely 100%. This new channel reform has nothing to do with my new job. And I don't have a stripprogram law, and I don't see what I could bring to the table with something like that, with that kind of content. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of sites that you can go to for stuff like that, but I'm not one of them. And to close off the channel reform, there will be other channels that spring off of it. So just letting you guys know. I already got one on Rumble. I just don't have any content there yet. So just bear with me on that, guys. All right, let me see where I was up here. I was almost at Scotty B. Scotty B, welcome, hello, and I hope you're still in here, by the way. Actually, that was Scotty B. Says, hey, Jeremy, good to see you, bro. Same to you, man. And like I said, I hope you're still in here. Charles White says, Thailand is a mass consumer of the internet. Developer, not so much. They need more time to be as stable and secure in the development of their apps and websites. That's fine. And that's true. I believe that, Charles. That's pretty much what my IT guy said to me. Pretty much the same thing. He said they also tend to say they are doing something and expect it to be developed at a press of a button. We have some people that don't understand development cycles here also. Fair enough. That's a great point, Charles. Great point. Yeah, thanks for explaining that. I like it. Crabclaw says, is this free for all or do we have a topic? No, we were talking about Thailand breaking the internet, but we were mostly talking about the safety regulations about putting all your information online here in Thailand on some of these websites, and how all the information had either the people had access to or they had accidentally leaked it out. Another one. Let's see what we have. Yeah, that we were talking about what the internet here in Thailand. Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin, thank you. Ooh, thank you so much, Mr. Griffin. I appreciate it. There it is. Let me give you a little heart. Oh, put his whole name up there. $15. Good job. Thank you so much, Mr. Griffin. I appreciate that more than you could possibly know. So thank you, sir. That's 15 more. So that means one more for Mr. Challenge Man himself, Charles White. Very good, very good, very good. Let me run down to the bottom here and see if I missed something. I think that was the Charles challenge to the person who sent me that. Okay, no worries. I'll get to it one way or the other. Richard Cypress, my man, thank you, brother. He just sent 15 more. 15 more. That's 45 in total. We're starting to have a good day here, guys. And then now that's 15 that Charles has to pay, so that's actually 60. Way to go, guys. Way to go. I'll have to cover up because he puts his middle initial in there. I don't know what that says. Okay, let's cover his first name up, and there you go. $15. That's three $15 contributions. Love you guys. Thank you so much. You have no idea how far it's going to go. I'm telling you, you're going to be shocked at the end of December when I tell you what I've purchased. It's all about the channel. It's all about the channel and bringing new channels online and making this one better. It's all about getting the brand out there, and it's going to happen. I promise it is. Let's see. Lyle says, laughing at Tim. Ed says, as always, you get what you pay for in anything. Very true, Ed. Ed's been around. Let's don't call Ed an old man. Let's just call Ed a very, very experienced human. Okay. And I listen to Ed when he talks because his experiences, man, he's got some good stories to tell. That's for sure. And I like listening to him. A lot of wisdom in Mr. Ed. Lyle is the exception. I don't know what exception you're trying to give him, Tim, but I doubt he is. Just between me and you. Lyle says, Tim, he had made me pay plenty of times. Oh, talking about Charles. Crap Law says, I might be behind the curve a little bit here, but JC, did you ever make that trip to Pattaya? Yes, I made 2 trips to Pattaya in the last month and a half or 2 months. If those are the ones you're talking about, if not, just you have to give me specifics on what you're talking about. Right now, I was told that going to Pattaya was virtually useless. Because of what's open and what's not. So it is what it is. Prep for it. My man, prep for it, says retirement is a few years away for me, and yes, it will be Pattaya for the first few years. Go for it, buddy. I will make sure to triple check that I have all the requirements covered. Channels like DoMoreLife are helping. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. That's my whole thing is to make sure that you guys are taken care of. And that doesn't just involve Thailand, just for the record. So we're DoMoreLife, not Do More Thailand, but we've been talking about Thailand for a long time because that's where I've been. And we had the the C-19 come through and just disrupt life in general. And it was tough, but I still love it over here. I love it. Let's see. And I'm glad I'm able to bring my experience to you guys, so you have something to. If you can learn from my experience rather than having to do it yourself, do it that way. It's much less painful, I promise you. And this is coming from a very hard-headed individual who loves to go against the grain. Okay, but yeah, not a good idea. Let's see here. Crapclaw says I might be I just read that. Travel TV says, I put a lot of it on my TikTok. That's right, TikTok too. I forgot about that. I'll load some on the Facebook page. Cool. Awesome. Do that, man. That'd be cool. Load a few videos on your Facebook page and see how you could come on here and promote your Facebook page, dude. I don't mind. As long as it's not every other line in the comments. Yeah, I have no idea I have no problem with you posting videos on Facebook and then promoting your videos on here, because I've seen your videos, and yeah, I think it's all good. Bill says, how do you stand the heat? It's an adaptation. You definitely have to get used to the heat, Bill. It's not dry heat like you would find in Arizona or somewhere like that. It's very humid, very thick, very sticky heat, because it's humid. We're right here with the oceans all around us. It's hot. When you go outside, you're going to sweat. You get used to taking 2 or 3 showers a day, but I tell you, if you're worried about aging and worried about your skin getting bad and all that stuff, these Thai women will teach you some stuff about skincare and how to make sure that you take really good care of your skin, so that like, I'm starting to understand why they stay young, or why they look young for so long. Maybe it's not all genetics, like I thought it was, because they really know what they're doing with the skincare routine. And also, Bill, I carry some cold patches around with me too. I'm not suggesting that's something that you do, but carry some kind of cold patch with you, that like one that you can break in half and then it stays cold for like 6 hours. You can wrap a towel around that, and you can put it anywhere on you want to. It'll cool you off. Let's see. Roger says, Tim, when are you planning on going? Tim says, the end. When I get to Thailand, that's the start, not the end. Fair enough. Pete, what's up, Pete? He says, hi, JC. Thailand pass system looks to be more streamlined steps and easier to understand, but I'm concerned uploading my passport info in the portal. And that's what I would have a problem with. I mean, like, eventually, I guess you're going to have to do it, but I mean, why? I don't know. Tim says, Roger, as soon as I can have a few loose ends, I have to clean up here in America first, like sell my house, get a passport and visa and so on, sell my Jeeps. Brother, that's not going to take a long time. Get it done, Tim. You can do it, bro. You can do it. Charles says that Tim at Loud, y'all some funny people. They are funny. Montelli, what's up, bro? Can anyone explain how 6 wiggle cases enter Thailand, negative when they own the plane and positive when they get off the plane? No, I cannot, Montelli. I cannot. That's another great question that we'll never have an answer for, unfortunately. Tim says, loud, the nerve of him. Crabclaw says, JC, last week I put up a question and I think you read it wrong. Okay, well, I'll fix it. Theoretically, I fly to Thailand, run out of money in 2 weeks. What are my odds of staying long term, assuming I got major smarts? Okay, so your staying long term after you run out of money is either you find a way to get more money, so you either borrow money from family or they give it to you. Do not, let me be clear about this, do not ever borrow money from Thai people. I've never borrowed one baht from a Thai person, but I have seen expats who did many times, and it always ends poorly for the expat. So don't borrow money from Thais. That's the first thing. The odds of staying long term, assuming you got major smarts, like if you're gonna get around, if you're talking about like getting around the system and being able to stay here, you got to leave at some point. And once you go to the airport or bus or however you're planning on getting out of the country, once you get to immigration, Thailand has all the biometrics in the world. So when you get here, you're going to scan in your fingerprints. And I don't know if they're doing retina yet, but they're definitely doing finger and hand. And I think there's something else that they're doing, some other kind of system that they're using. So major smarts is only going to get you so far. And if you're out of money, you can't extend a tourist visa or any other kind of visa that qualifies for extension. So what they would do is issue you a 24-hour notice that basically says you have 24 hours to get out of the kingdom or pay a fine and or go to jail and or get blacklisted. And yeah, don't run out of money. That's my baseline. Don't run out of money in Thailand. There's Richard saying, hello, it's good to see you, brother, and thanks again for your contribution. That's $20 total now for Mr. Charles White. Tim says, well, the money was kind of handed to me, but I did work for it just a long time ago and I'm getting paid for it. 100%, Tim. I know what you're talking about. I know your sources, and you deserve every penny that you get. That's what people don't understand. You paid for that, right? Like you paid taxes to make sure that if anything ever happened to you, you would be able to live. And that here you are, right? So you're doing, you're just getting paid for work you already done. And it's your money anyway. It's taxpayer money. So don't worry about it, bro. And screw what other people think about all that stuff. It doesn't matter. It matters about you. It matters if you're happy, if you're content. If you're worried about keeping up with the Joneses and what they think, you're going to live a miserable life. You just are. So don't worry about the Joneses because, who are they? Like, what have you got to prove to them? Nothing. Charles says, okay, who's going to make me pay tonight? Challenge. For every 15, I will drop 5. I think that was already written up there, but that is Charles's challenge for anybody who's interested. And we've had a good night so far. Roger says, Tim, you should go ahead and get your passport out of the way. I agree 100%. They are backed up. That's true, Roger. Getting your passport probably be the first thing I would do, Tim. And I would do it now because it took me either 6 or 8 weeks to get the passport. So, a lot of things are going to change in 6 to 8 weeks. It's better to go ahead and get it. You're going to need it eventually anyway. Tim says, Roger, I know I already applied, just waiting now. Oh, good. Lyle says, I'm afraid this new channel reform is tied to your new job. No, I already read that. Charles is not feeling rich. Let's see. Crabclaw says, see, I don't chit chat. I put up the real questions to extract all of the knowledge that JC has to offer in his price range. I hear you, brother. Thank you, man. I like that. In his price range. I like that. That's good. Charles said, Tim, nope, you slackers won't make me pay much. I dare you. That's funny. That's funny. Because I used to be in the same situation, Tim. The exact same situation you are, minus one aspect. So I get it. 100%. Travel TV says, I use my Snapchat for all, and very few locals use it. Now that is an idea because, you could go on there. Yeah. That's an idea right there, Travel TV. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that. I got a thought about that. Tim says, what did Tim say? Charles, confidence. Lyle's giving us the count, 22 up, 3 down. Thank you very much. We've gotten 2 more thumbs up since then. Love it. AF says, how to get your line ID. Well, you can become a channel member and get the line ID to our group, and do it that way. It costs less than a cup of coffee a month. All you do is just click the join button below. There's a lot of content and a lot of extras back there, extra content, and there's channel members only live streams in there. There's a few other perks, and then there's the line group. That you want to get in the line group. You don't want to depend on me for answers, because I may not have them all. I learn just like everybody else. Let's see. ED equals season in life. Ed. Oh, yeah. Ed. Definitely. I mean, Tim. That's right. Wow, who is older, Ed or Montelli? I hope Montelli heard that question. That's a great question, Lyle. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Ed's birth certificate is going to make him older than Montelli, but Montelli just looks old, so, it is what it is. All right. Child TV says the only good thing about Patriot right now is the women. Yep, I understand. I understand that completely. Tim says, well, women are always the good thing, no matter where you are. That's fair. Charles White says, Montelli negative test 72 hours before flight won't isolate you during that 72 hours. People tend to go out a bit before the trip. Getting things and visiting people. Cool. Tim says, heat, get ready to sweat. That's right. Travel TV says, cold packs, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, they're cheap too, man, and you can reuse them over and over. Some of them you can buy in the patches that you just stick, like you could stick it on your forehead and with a piece of medical tape, put a piece of medical tape over it to hold it, then put your helmet on your bike. If you're driving long distances, your head won't sweat. It's awesome. Agent Script just says, yo, Steve. Tim says, you're not very smart if you run out of money for only 2 weeks. Major Sparks. Don't be mean, Tim. Be nice. Mr. Richard Burner, how are you, sir? He says, hey, North Carolina guy here. I'm stuck on step 1. Where do you get a certification of vaccine? I'm not sure in the U.S. I haven't been in the U.S. in 4 years. I would imagine you get the certification after you get the second shot. They should give you a certification. You shouldn't have to apply for it. They should give it to you. I know that's what happened to my dad. When he got his second round, they gave him a little card that had his the information on there. So that's I don't. That's a good question. It's a good question because I don't have the answer. Maybe one of you do. I don't. I'm sorry. This is why I tell people, become a channel member, join the line group, and you'll get answers. And it's always good to have new people in there. Don C, good morning to you, sir. Glad you are here. He says, Crab Claw, major smarts equals knowledge of the system and pure will to make it happen. Hey, man, you know what? It's a chance, it's a risk, but nobody ever got anywhere in life by playing it safe. So that's not an encouragement for you to do something illegal or wrong or anything like that. Please don't do anything illegal or wrong here in Thailand. Because if you get caught, it's going to be bad. Like, it's going to be really bad. That's all I'm saying, Crab Claw. I just don't. I don't. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Like if you're young, then just wait another year. Just save money for a year and come over, and have a couple $1,000s to spend after your expenses, and just go wild, man. Have a good time, because by that time everything is definitely going to be opened back up, right? And it should be able to get it. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Just don't break the internet on when you're filling out all your information. Some of the SHA Plus hotels, the booking mechanisms were down for a little while, and some other hotel internet workings had some issues, and flights were having issues. So the reach was broad, very broad, in terms of internet, and Thailand's, I'll say, the lack of IT specialists. They have some good IT specialists here, but this is not like America, where you got a 26-year-old coder that lives in his mama's basement on a mattress, has a cereal box and a cereal bowl and an old TV, and his laptop. And then he makes money by day trading or something. It's I don't know. So Charles White says, Richard Brenner, from where you got the magic shot. There you go. Tim giving me the thumbs up, so I must have done something right. Montelli says, Asian Unscripted, what's up? Richard says, then one concern is you have to have 1 to 72 hours, but as you know, it's a long time. It's a long flight from North Carolina. Yeah, it is. It is. If you took it at 6 p.m. the next a.m., you fly out. What happens? The flight is delayed. My guess would be you're going to have to. You can look at that one of two ways. You can, if it's delayed, it's going to cause problems if it's delayed, or if you're layover somewhere, if something happens, it's going to cause a problem. Because all this stuff is set up based on timing, as far as the check-in and the do this and do that. All of that stuff is based on timing. So maybe you want to get, can you get it less than 72 hours before you get on the plane? Like maybe you get it 48 hours before you get on the plane, and then that'll give you some extra leadway time. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I'm just putting that out there, Richard, because you make a very good point. I don't have an answer for you. I apologize. Oh, Asia, good to see you, Mr. 96. That's what I'm going to call you, because 1996 is just too many syllables. He says U.S. passports currently take up to 11 weeks to process, but can get it in 72 hours if you pay. Oh, yeah. If you pay the expedited fee, you can get it 72 hours. But that's a couple $100 if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. Tim says, still cannot figure out how to get line from my phone to my computer. Step 1, download the Line app to your computer. Step 2, you want to add a friend. Go to the thing that looks like a guy with a plus mark on his neck. Click on that. Then click on barcode. Or it'll ask you when you open up Line on your computer. If it doesn't ask you any of that stuff, just open up Line on your computer, and it may say log in and a question mark, or yes, log in, yes. And then all you do is go to your QR code scanner on your phone and scan the barcode that's on your computer. That's it. And you're logged in automatically. Okay. Montelli says, now that was out of line. Charles says, Richard, the 72 hours is before your flight boards. I did my last one 36 hours for wiggle room. 96 non-adult attractions open in Pattaya, but no alcohol. Ideal time for non-drinkers. Pattaya Music Festival starting on the weekends this month. All that's true. Can't argue with that. Any of it. It's good information. Crab Claw says, I'm coming to Thailand 2022. I'm going to run out of money. Then I'm going to call JC. Okay. Jim says, same with me after second dose. They gave me a card. Good. Montelli says, Charles White, I haven't gotten the second V yet. I'm going to give it another month. Things change fast nowadays. That's true. Richard says, after the second, you get a card, but where do you get a certification? That is your certification, or it should be, Richard. Should be. If not, you can literally Google how to get a vaccine certification card. That's what I would do. That'd be my next step personally, because I'm out of answers for you. So I'm sorry. I really am, Richard. I wish I had more I could tell you, but I don't have to currently go through that process because I'm already in Thailand, obviously. So, and I've got mine. I've applied for the international one, and I'll get it in a couple weeks. Once I have that, I can go pretty much anywhere. Now that I have the double dose from over here in Thailand, then I should be free to move about and travel about without problems. I may have to take a rapid test somewhere, but it shouldn't have any problems. I certainly hope not anyway. Charles White says 96 adult attractions everywhere, alcohol available at 7-Eleven. That's true. But I get his point though. He wants to go sit at a bar and be the old-fashioned way, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, whether you're young or old. But just because it's old-fashioned is people have done it that way in Pattaya for many years because it works. All right, Pampon, good morning. Hello to you. Nice to see you. I don't know why you retracted your message, but it's good to see you. Roger McGee retracted too. I don't know what's up with Roger McGee, but I'm sorry. Lyle says, Montelli, nothing personal. I was watching when JC was questioning your age. Charles says, Montelli, you will need the second to qualify for the Thailand pass, from what I know. Yeah, you got to have at least two, to the best of my knowledge as well, Charles. Robert Ann said hello to Pampon. OAJ96 says, Charles, you are correct, but those are going for the go-go. Yeah, we'll be drinking a lot at the 7-Eleven to drown sorrows. That's so true. That's so true. There's Pampon again with good morning. Nice to see you, Pampon. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it very much. Montelli says, Lyle, no problem. I was just being my usual offended self. 96 says, those who get the jab should be sure to get the yellow WHO card. The CDC card is not accepted everywhere for travel. There you go. You got some of the most highlighted acronyms ever in that comment, 96. And you also have a doctor, a very well-known doctor's name in there. So for that reason, I'm going to remove the comment. Don't get offended, please. You did nothing wrong. This is for YouTube, okay? I deleted it because I don't want YouTube's guidelines to be in question. I have to fall into place with them, unfortunately, but I have to. Let's see. Crabclaw says, okay, prediction in mid-22, I'm willing to bet that 80% current restrictions will be gone. Oh, I certainly hope so. Richard says, by the way, I have my passport on SHA Hotels. I've read that you have to contact them direct to book stays at SHA Hotel. Do you know? I've heard that you can contact them directly and book it, or you can get like a travel agency or whatever. They can get you a package to book it. Now the agency is going to be higher, but they're probably going to offer you, some day excursions after your first day and that kind of, that might take you out to some of the islands around Phuket, even though yes, Phuket's island. They could include tours of Phuket. I don't know, but what I will say is, it's better. It would be better to book. I think after you get the pass, then you get I think you guys can help me out with this. I'm not sure, but I think after you get the pass, you get like put into the system, and then you get a choice of hotels, so you can do it all online. Supposedly. Maybe you want to try that. I'm not sure. He says, so the vaccine card is your certification, a vaccine, right? It is here in Thailand. I just have to get the one that's the international card, which I can get, of course. But the one I have it's written all in Thai, with the exception of a few words. Thus, because it's written in Thai, I can't use it as an international certificate. But I can get the international certificate here in Thailand, so I'm pretty good on that. And I'm hoping that everything livens up and that we keep having these challenges, because I'm telling you guys, I'm going to surprise the hell out of you in the next month or two. It just depends on how soon we hit the mark, and the mark is not much farther. So we'll see what happens on that. Steve Montelli says you can get the yellow card from Amazon. I bet you can. Lyle says 25 up, 5 down. I want to thank those 5 people for stopping by. Gosh, I thank them so much. And I really appreciate the 25 that have given a thumbs up. Thank you guys. I appreciate that very much. Richard says, any issues with bringing medication and carry-on bags in planes? Thanks. No, never had an issue ever. Even when they tell you can only bring a 1-month supply, I brought in 90-day supplies, 6-month supplies. Hell, I took 12 months worth of medication with me to the Philippines, and they didn't say anything, nothing. They didn't even look at the bottle. So when I flew over here, I've had one lady, and she was actually at the checkout. Not checkout, at the check-in counter. She actually opened my carry-on, and I guess she heard rattling the pills, right? So she said, "How much medication do you have in there?" So I showed her, and this was, I still had. I've been getting medication in the Philippines, so I probably still had 8 months worth of meds in there. It was a lot of meds in there, and she looked at the bottle, had my name on it. She looked at my passport, had my name on it, gave me back the bottle, and that was it. But you have to be very careful with medication also. There are rules, laws, like if you bring medication in to Thailand and it's more than that 1 month more than a month supply, you're going to need, legally, you need to declare it, which is something most people don't do, and that could get you in trouble. So I've had just for the plane, Richard, I've had no problems with that. Just make sure that all your medications are in your carry-on, and that if you have any liquids, make sure that the liquids meet TSA requirements or whatever country you're going to, and TSA requirements. So good question. Crab Claw says, I'm about to go, but my hat's off to JC. You're so diplomatic. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that, man. Hope you have a good night. But I just try to help. I just want to provide valuable information for you guys. I really do. And you guys make it worth my time. And it's worth my time if nobody does anything other than watch it and leaves a good comment. I'm happy. But to get monetary value out of it as well, I'm really happy. Which, by the way, Charles, if we're done with the challenge, which I believe we are, you're in the hole for $20, by the way. Let's see here. 96 says, no offense, hard to stay ahead of YouTube rules. Thought I was clever with the abbreviations. It's okay, bud. It's all right, 96. Don't worry about it, man. We've went through so many changes on here, too, and during these live streams. They change all the time. Like, somebody will say something in the comments that they said the week before, and I'm like, no. We have to take it out, because when I do every 3 days, I check YouTube's guidelines, the community guidelines. Because I'm already 100% familiar with the copyright guidelines. So I don't worry about that. I don't worry about copyright at all. I'm not ever going to put myself in a position where somebody could get me for copyright. If it's not my own photo, then it's a stock photo that I'm using from a stock website, which I paid for. So no worries there now. Montelli, you can't leave that in my chat, man. Now I got to take down the other one, too. Gosh darn it. YouTube would go crazy over that comment. But that's why I love him. That's why I love me some Mr. Montelli, for sure. Let me show you guys the... Charles sent us $20 in. Thank you very much, Mr. Charles White. It hasn't come through on the email yet, but it did show up in PayPal. I appreciate that. Very, 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 very much. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't show up, but it didn't show up in the email yet. So, anyway, if it comes through, I'll show everybody, but I'm sure that everybody knows you paid up, so it's all good. Let's see. Anna says, medication, be careful, because there are things that are on their prohibited list that aren't on the prohibited list in states. Great point, Anna. Make sure you look at medications that are allowed to come in here and the ones that aren't. Because if you get caught with the ones that aren't, you could potentially get in a lot of trouble, although you probably won't, as long as it's not like an illegal drug that's that has no medical value whatsoever. Then you're probably going to get yourself in a bunch of trouble, and you definitely don't want to go to jail in Thailand. I haven't been to jail in Thailand. I haven't been to jail anywhere ever, but this is definitely not the place. Good point, Anna. Very good point. Tim says, okay, folks, I got to go. See you all in the funny papers. Not if we see you first, Tim. Thank you, brother. Love you, man. Appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. 96 says, is it true sunscreen is banned in Thailand? Partially. They did ban some sunscreens with certain chemicals in them. They claim were damaging a reef in Thailand. So there is some truth to that. I would imagine by now those have been pulled off the shelf, I would imagine. So I'm not sure. Prep for it says, no, Richard, I only use a carry-on and I have medication in it. I would have a note from a doctor listing all your required meds. They asked for that a few times. Yeah, you can do that. I carry all that with me in my bag too. So it's not even remotely an issue. Just make sure you have the paperwork that says it's yours and you're the one taking it, and it was prescribed to you. That's all. And I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is not a financial advice channel. This is Do More Life, when we talk about life and how to do more of it and be happier while we're doing it. Richard says, maybe wishfully thinking, but I hope to come January 1st, 2022, requirements drop a few steps. That's perfectly feasible, Richard. Go for it, bud. Anon dropped the website, and he says, here are the procedures and where you can check the med to see if it's okay. Thank you for putting that link up, Anon. I appreciate that, and anybody can go to that website, copy the link or whatever, and check it out. Permit for traveler.fda.moph, M-O-P-H dot, it might be G-O-V, maybe, I don't know, it cuts off right there. And it says, be careful because some over-the-counter drugs in the States are not legal in Thailand. That's true, and vice versa, by the way. Charles said, Asian 96, not true broadly. Certain ones were banned from certain national parks due to a chemical in them that damaged coral. Okay. All right, so that's what it was. Good enough. Montelli says, I don't even know what I said that got removed. That's because you're Montelli. And that's probably why it got removed. So don't worry, buddy. You're doing just fine. I love that guy. I do. Very much. I love Montelli. He's one of my favorite people. He is. Solo Road sent a $3 super chat. Good to see you too, buddy. Says, good to see you doing more life. I appreciate that, Solo Road. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Yeah, another good point there about over-the-counter stuff, and I'm 100%. 100% correct. And there's, well, I have to make a channel members only video about that. Charles White says, night 10. Night, Charles. We love you, man. And we appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the challenge. Very, very, very much appreciated, sir. Really glad to have you as part of the channel, man. I really am. 96 says, Charles, thanks for the info. Charles says, no problem. We all share what we know here. That's right. And that's what makes us a community. For example, we're not exempling this is we're not going to talk about named medication. No offense, Anon, and I know you won't take any, but that's we're not talking about named medication, and we're not talking about names of doctors that are contrary to YouTube's beliefs. I've come. YouTube is an ideology. That YouTube has basically become an ideology. So YouTube is now like a party or a group of ideologues, and it gets more and more difficult to conform within their means, and it's going to continue to get difficult unless Facebook completely poops the bag, which I really hope they do. Okay. Asia says, poor Steve. I like that. Ty Guy Bryce says, seen a lot of young travelers getting caught trying to buy illegal substances. Not a game I'd play. Hell no. No. Don't ever try to play that game. That's horrible. Travel TV says, I agree. I love wacky tobacco, but I won't touch it in Thailand. That's fair enough. How bad is the humidity there right now? I don't know right this second. I guess I could look on a weather app. I think I have a weather app on this old piece of junk phone. Let's see. Why doesn't? Oh, 69% right now. No, seriously, 69. I don't want you guys to think I just made that up. See? Okay. So, It's humid. Travel TV says, Richard, not bad, but it's winter. Yeah, that's true. This is one of the cooler parts of the time. One of the cooler parts of the year, and we enjoy it this time of year. I enjoy it for sure. Rob P says, Brogtube. I don't know what that means. 96 says, PC culture's out of hand. You're right. It is. But unfortunately, as long as I'm using YouTube, I have to conform to their PC culture. Unfortunately, 96. I don't have a choice. There will be a time when I have a website somewhere. It may not be called DoMoreLife. It may be called something else. I don't know. But I have a website somewhere, and it'll be based purely on subscription models. To watch the videos and yeah, just watch the videos. So I think that would be a good way to be just like right now they're talking about Bitcoin being a hash against inflation. Is that what they're calling it? A hash against inflation? Well, my hash against I'm not going to say that. I might get myself in trouble. Anon says, all good, DoMoreLife, just listening. Example, the common OTC made in the U.S. not allowed in Thailand. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I get it. Like I said, no need to be offended. Anon says, for what it's worth, 84% relative humidity in Cha'am would be worse in the jungle. That's true. Montelli says, I blame it on the Wokies. Well, you got to blame it on something, right? So why not blame it on the Wokies? That's a good one, Montelli. I like that. That's creative, even for you. All right, so let's wrap it up, guys. We've been hour and 20 minutes. Man, this one went by fast again. Okay, so for Mr. Richard, Mr. Charles White, Mr. Roger, Mr. Who else? One second. And let's see, that's Roger and Mr. Richard Cyphers. And there was one more $15 in here somewhere, but it never came through. I don't know who that was. But we know Charles White came through. So anyway, thank you guys so much for your monetary contributions. I just can't say enough about how much I appreciate it. Rob P says, Jeremy, to not get flagged, you're just a woke dude. It's okay. Just admit it. You're out of your fucking mind, Rob. I'm not even remotely in the category of woke. Not even close. Why you would say that is beyond me. 96 says a lot of creators are looking for YouTube alternative. Just ask Mad Dog Montelli. That's right. I have a channel on Rumble already, and it doesn't have any content, but it's about to. That's going to be a backup channel for this one. And over the coming year, I'm going to be starting some more channels and on different platforms. Richard says, would a Roku stick work there? I'm not sure. I know certain sticks work, like the Chrome stick, it works, but I'm not sure 100%. Look at locals, DoMoreLife. 10-4. What platform do I need to look for locals on and on? Night fam says Charles White. Night to you, Charles White. Appreciate all you did, buddy. And he says yes to Richard Rayner. Okay, cool. So he says it would work. Cool. Anon says, Richard Brainerd, yes, but you need to install a VPN if you want to use it for stateside channels. That is also true. Robert says, thank you, Jeremy. You're very welcome. Rob P says, dude, it was supposed to be funny. Oh, okay, because that was way out in left field. For you to say that, Rob, I was wondering what, I was like, really? What? Yeah. I'm sorry, nobody's ever called me that before, thankfully, and yeah, so no problem, dude, no problem. You were joking. I took it the wrong way. It happens, you know. Water under the bridge. I'm officially over it. That just caught me off guard, Rob. So no worries, bro. No worries at all. 96 says, what's Rumble? I just heard about Twitch and I'm behind the times. Just go to rumble.com. Go to rumble.com on whatever browser you're using, and you'll see it's another video streaming, another video platform, just like YouTube, with a lot less of the censorship. Richard says, thanks from WNC. You are more than welcome, my friend. Roger McGee says, can woke dudes take a nap? Yeah. I think every dude's capable of taking a nap. So, in fact, I might take one myself today. I don't know. Just check. Just kidding. I don't know. I have a lot of stuff to do, but we'll see what happens. Anna says, locals.com, okay, is a subscription-based community started by Dave Rubin, just bought by Rumble. Oh, that's what I heard about last night. Yeah, I heard about that last night. And I plan on looking into it. There was a lot of controversy around Dave Rubin selling that to Rumble. But, you know, if it works, hey, good on them. I am going to check into that, though, Anon, because I'm going to be looking at ways to monetize easy for the people that's watching. May be difficult for me because I'm going to have to do more, create more, do more things. What we're waiting on before we see the content return to the channel is two things. When I say the content, I mean the content like content during the week, and then on the weekends we're going to change stuff up a little bit too. But when we get back in the flow of consistent content, we're waiting on, again, the two things. Okay. The second thing is I'm waiting for a payday. And when I get that payday, if the travel fund and the payday have made it to there's a threshold I have to hit. And if I hit that, we're good to go. We're good to go. I will have I'll have some really cool stuff, and you guys will be very happy. I promise you will, because it's going to change the way I do things on this channel. Not planning on getting a camera this time around. Next year, definitely going to be getting a camera. And I will be getting a fully spec'd out, decked out, either Canon R5 or if the R1 comes out and is better than what I anticipate it to be, then maybe I'll get that. But that's going to be a $7,000 or $8,000 body. Just the body is going to be $7,000 or $8,000. So, and it'll be RF glass this time. So if you get a nice lens for it, it's going to be $2,500 to $4,000 easy. Anyway, no dancing videos. Yeah, no dancing. Okay, fair enough. Wow, no dancing. That's fine. I can do that. So I want to thank everybody that contributed monetarily. You guys rock. Thank you so much for helping out the channel, supporting the channel. I really appreciate it more than you could possibly imagine. I want to thank my moderators for doing an awesome job, making sure the chat stay clean today. Just a great chat all the way around. Really enjoyed this chat. And I want to thank everybody who made a comment, who encouraged dialogue, or who answered a question, or who provided information. You guys absolutely rock, and I appreciate it very, very much. And Rob P., if you're still listening, I owe you an apology because I definitely took what you said the wrong way. So I'm apologizing to you. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, and hopefully tomorrow we're going to start rubbing into the topics a little bit deeper. And for my channel members in the line group, if you guys want to throw topics at me today to do tomorrow, then I suggest you get those topics in the group in the next hour and a half or so, please. So that way I'll have time to do the research on how to do everything. So anyway, with that being said, I really love you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you all for the thumbs up. If you hadn't hit the thumbs up button, please hit it on your way out. And whatever you guys do today, please find a way to do more life. I know I am. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow.